Alright, what is up YouTube? It is your boy Xole, and we are back with another how to sound like video. So usually the way that I find my artists to cover is through y'all suggestions. So go down to the comments below and comment an artist you want me to cover, and I will shout you out in the next video. So this video was actually suggested by a lot of y'all in my last Post Malone video. So in that video I didn't cover Post Malone's vocals, and we are going to be doing that in this video. Quick plug to my Instagram at Coleman Patterson. Give me a follow if you want to. The link is down below. I'm gonna be posting on there and keeping y'all updated on what I'm doing outside of this YouTube channel. And while we are on that subject, my first music video has probably come out already by now. The link to that video will be down below. Really great song. Shot the video in one day. I focused on the FX. I used a lot of green screens, which was really fun. So if y'all could go down and check out that video, that would mean a lot to me. My first ever music video, really exciting. Alright, so Post Malone makes like cloud rap, rock, trap songs. What's really cool about him is his genres vary a lot, but his style seems to be pretty coherent. So I made this song in Ableton Live. Just hop right into it. All of my instruments and audio effects are stock Ableton instruments and audio effects, so you can do literally whatever I'm doing in this song. So here is our whole track. It's a little big, but it's pretty simple. I kept it pretty simple. So if you just want to learn how to do Post Malone vocals and you don't care about learning how to make the beat, just skip to this time. Alright, so let's just hop right into it. So the first thing I did was I grabbed this polymer flyover. Wow, that has a lot of delay. So if you're going for Post Malone's more cloud rappy style, which I'm going for, you are definitely going to want to get a pad of some sort. So what I did after I got this pad, insert audio track, click right here, and we want to record the polymer flyover. You're going to click this little record button right here. You're going to click at the start, and then you're just going to hit record. And as you can see, it's recording the flyover. And then what I did is I deactivated the flyover because I have the recording right here. I threw in a bunch of effects. I threw a flanger, some reverb, some chorus, and then I EQ'd this pad, and we get this, which is, just the same thing. But then what I did later is I recorded the pad again on this track, but as you can see, it's pitched up 12 semitones, which is a whole octave. So the pads are gonna sound good together because it's just a lower octave and then a higher octave. So what I ended up doing is I ended up reversing a few of these clips. As you can see, it's super chopped up. And then we just used these little, faders. I don't know what these are called. These little guys. And what it does is it fades this clip into this clip. And then I also threw in a side widener to bring out the sides. And then I just want this other pad to be focused on the highs because this pad has some mids in it, so I just want this to be focused on the highs. And the way I did that, this is your usual EQ, but I went over here and I clicked on mid side, and as you can see, I took out all of the mids, and then we just have the sides right here. So let's listen to both of these pads together. It just sounds really full. Alright, moving along, we have our low 808 and our high 808, and then we also have another 808 right here. So I'll get into why we have three 808s. So the first 808 is a low 808. We're just going to give it a listen. As you can see, I EQ'd it, and then I sidechained it to our kick, and then I just threw on this tuner because I wanted to make sure it was in tune. So this 808 is super low, but you really want those deep subs. And then paired with this low 808, we have this high 808. And as you can see, I have it focused a little bit on the mids right here. So we're just going to listen to both of these now. And that just adds so much character. Without the low 808, we would just have this kind of weak 808. And then just the low 808, we wouldn't have the rumbling with the highs. So you really get some character. So now you're asking, what is the point of the third 808? So as our track goes along, we have a little intro, and then we have our verse, and as you can see, I have little locators right here. It really helps you to just space out your track. The way to create these, just click where you want the thing, go up here, add locator, and you can type in what that part of the song is called. So as you can see, we go through this intro, and then we hit our verse. In our verse, we're going to have the low 808 and the high 808 together, and then we're also going to have these claps down here. I'll get to those later. But I didn't want the 808s to hit really hard. So as you can see, this high 808, if we go to controls, as you can see, I gave it a lot of attack. If you can hear that, it's fading into the 808. And then this 808 right here, it has no attack. And this is the chorus when all of the drums come in. This is the really powerful part of the song. So then you get, you know, your heavy 808. So as you can see, we have a little 808 glide right there. And the way you are going to do that is, here's our simpler. And as you can see, we threw in an 808 in the simpler, right? You're going to go to controls, and then you're going to go to glide down here. Usually it's on off, but you're going to want to click on glide. So now we have the glide. So let's say we want a glide right here. The way you're going to do that, copy paste. So now there's two notes right here on top of each other, and then you're going to do Shift Alt up. You're going to move the second one an octave higher. So let's give it a listen. That didn't do anything, right? What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to move the one on top just a little bit past the one on bottom. I didn't really like that glide right there, so I just didn't add one, but that is how you make 808 glides. And that's a big part of trap, and Post Malone likes to have some trap vibes in his songs. So now let's get into our drums. These are all of our drums for the chorus, and then in this verse section, we just have a clap. So let's listen to the verse actually. Let's grab this clap, let's grab these tame 808s, because our heavy 808s are right here, and let's just give a listen to this verse without the vocals. And I have a lot of reverb on these claps, and you're going to want to throw a lot of reverb on your claps. And then we get into the chorus. So here are our drums. So usually when you sidechain your 808s, you want to sidechain them to your kick. But as you can see, my kick pattern is kind of crazy, and I don't want my 808 to go down a bunch of times. I just want my 808 to go down at certain times. So I made a new track called Sidechain, where I put the kicks in where I wanted sidechain. And I ended up sidechaining my 808 instead of to the kick, I sidechained it to the sidechain. And now you're like, okay, you have two kicks now. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to deactivate your sidechain. So now your sidechain isn't playing any music, but it's still sidechaining your 808. So here are our kicks. You're going to want to throw in some drum bus and then bring up this boom. I didn't want too much though, just to give a kick, you know? A punch, I meant, not a kick. That's what it's called. So then we have a snare. So Post Malone tracks, what you're going to want to do for your verse is have like a clap or a snap, and then the chorus you're going to get your snare. So let's listen to the kick and the snare together. Now we have our hi-hats, and as you can see, we actually have two hi-hats. And the reason I did that is because one is pan 7 to the left and one is pan 7 to the right. So these together you get. And then we have this open hat, which is kind of quiet, but I just added it in there because Post Malone does like a few open hats in his tracks. And then we get these two rim shots, one right here, and then one at the end of the bar. And that's like your real hip-hop rim shot, you know, it's really famous for that. And I threw in some reverb just to spice it up a little bit more. It didn't sound good without any reverb. So let's give a listen to our chorus with all of our drums and our heavy 808. No vocals though. Let's deactivate all these vocals. Going to delete these two. There we go. Alright, so now we are on to our verse 2, and in verse 2 I introduced two new instruments. A street bell and then a transponder ARP pad with some flanger, chorus, reverb, and then auto pan. Both of these together. I kind of just went crazy with these notes and found something I ended up liking, which is nice. Alright, so a big part of verse 2 is this electric bass drive. And if y'all know me, you know I love my electric bass drive. It is such a good Ableton stock bass. You're just going to go to your instrument rack, find bass, and then it's somewhere in here. I don't want to look for it. So here is our electric bass drive alongside the bells and then this pad. And you're going to want just repeating notes to kind of give that energy, you know, like something is about to happen. And then paired with all these instruments, we have some snaps. And you're going to want to throw some snaps in at some point of your Post Malone track. You don't actually have to. But snaps are a good Post Malone vibe. So there's the beat. Let's move on to our vocals. Alright, so I'm just going to start us off with our first vocal, and it is the intro. So I'm going to turn this baby on, solo it. We're going to go over here. So as you can see, I have pitch correction right here, and then I have this little template. And what this template does is it really just elevates your vocal game in every way possible. So if you want to learn how to make this literal template, just click on this video somewhere over here. But I literally just go over how to make this exact template. And then we have chorus, reverb, and then some EQ. So I'm just going to turn off all of these audio effects, and you're going to see here is our dry vocals. And quick warning, I cannot sing at all. So just prepare your ears before I play this. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. So as you can see, the vocals are kind of unflattering, really doesn't have any Post Malone vibes at all. So we're going to turn on this template that I teach y'all how to make in my vocals video, and you're going to see how much these vocals just change. Yeah, 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 yeah. So it goes from unusable vocals to semi-usable vocals, and then I throw on chorus, reverb, and then this EQ to trim out the highs, because during the intro, when you're doing these kind of vocal singing stuff and not really saying words, which Post Malone likes to do, you're going to want to trim out the highs and then most of the lows down here. And by doing that, you're going to get this really rich sound. And that repeats until we get into our first verse. Watch me do it on my own. She likes it nice so she can run. So I could have attempted to sing like Post Malone, but I mean, I obviously can't do that because Post Malone has a really good voice. So I just stuck to my own voice, but the audio effects that I'm teaching you how to do is really going to elevate and turn your bland vocals into a Post Malone styled vocal. So as you can see, we have our dry channel. I'm not going to go over everything in this because I literally do that in my other video, but a big part of Post Malone is this quick delay and this low delay. And I'm just going to pair it with this dry, and you're going to see what these delays do. Watch me do it on my own. She likes it nice so she can run. As you can see, it delays your vocals and it adds kind of delayed vocals. Yeah. And then we add our reverbs. Watch me do it on my own. She likes it nice so she can run. And then our compressioned vocals. Watch me do it on my own. She likes it nice so she... And then after all of that, we throw in some more reverb. Not too much though. It's literally only 9.6% of the mix. So without all of these audio effects, this is going to be pretty embarrassing. But this is how our... Watch me do it on my own. She likes it nice so she can run. And then we're going to turn the audio effects back on, and you're going to really tell that audio effects play a huge part in vocals.
Watch me do it on my own. She likes the night so she can run.
Alright, so now we get to our second part, and this is the chorus, because our chorus is right here. But I also used this channel to duplicate my vocals. So I'm just going to solo both of these, and as you can see, click up here, we get some automation, and this is just me automating the panning. So this vocal right here is going to be 12 to the left, and then this vocal right here is going to be 13 to the right. So what these are doing is I'm just alternating where you're hearing this channel. So what these vocals are is I'm literally just saying the same thing that I'm saying in this line. But what Post Malone likes to do is he'll say a line, and then maybe at the very end or somewhere in the middle, he'll say a word twice. So,
watch me do it on my own. She likes the night so she can run. Hope she don't think it's a day. Never got the time to wait.
So that just spices up the vocals even more, and then we get to our ad-libs. And the way I mix my ad-libs is basically the same way I mixed the intro, is I took out some of these highs and then I trimmed out a lot of the lows. So let's solo the ad-lib. And I'm literally just saying the previous line. So let's listen to the first verse with all of these effects and all of these vocal tracks.
Watch me do it on my own. She likes the night so she can run. Hope she don't think it's a day. Never got the time to wait.
And then we get into our chorus. Alright, so our chorus is kind of the same thing as our verse, but my chorus has a little bit more reverb, 19.2%, but the effects are mostly the same. So let's just give a listen to the chorus.
Why do they think it's a mistake?
And I also do the same exact thing, is I have the main vocals right here and then an ad-lib, and the ad-lib is literally just me repeating the previous line. So both of these vocals together we get.
Why do they think it's a mistake? Why they out here flashing pictures of my face? Hit the city, watch me throw it all away. Golden City, watch me hit it in the face. Why do they think it's a mistake? Why they out here flashing pictures of my face? Hit the city, watch me throw it all away. Golden City, watch me hit it in the face.
And then we have verse 2.
Seems like no place feels like home.
And a funny ad-lib that I did at the end of the second verse is Post Malone's like, ooh! I don't even really know how to do it. I kind of butchered it, but it still has that Post Malone vibe.
Ooh, why do they think it's a mistake? Why they out here flashing pictures of my face? Hit the city.
So I'm going to master this track, maybe do a little bit of mixing, and the song is going to be available on SoundCloud. The link will be down below, so if you want to listen to the whole song, go ahead and do that. I'm going to play a snippet at the end of this video. I really hope this video helped y'all out. If it did, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Don't forget to go down in the comments and say literally any artist you want me to cover. I found a bunch of artists through y'all's suggestions, so keep doing that because I'm finding a lot of artists that I love. So thanks for that. Also, quick shout out to Lance, who is my first Patreon patron. Lance is my first patron. If you want to learn what my patron is all about, the link is down below. Basically, what you get is your name at the end of my videos, and you have instant messages to me. I have my own private Discord too, so if you want to see a specific video, you can literally just message me on Patreon. I also have a sound pack, and a lot of my future sound packs will be on there, so check it out if you want. That's about it. Go check out the music video if you want. I'm really proud of the way it turned out for only shooting in a day. That's about it. Peace.
Why do they think it's a mistake? Why they